Hello everyone, this is Jim and welcome to episode 1 of E02 Minecraft. This is a new modded Minecraft server, private one we set up a few weeks ago now. Basically I got a little bit annoyed of trying to update our 164 server, so we started something different. What's different about this one is that we have a lot of different mods on here that we haven't tried before, some we'd never even heard of. And a lot of the mods that are normally included in mod packs we actually excluded from this one. So as you can see, we've done quite a bit around the place, but let's get started. So we've done a lot of building already. We have Thorncraft living over here. Was that something there? No. Okay. Yes. So lots of building, lots of fancy building. We've got Deco Craft for just decoration around the place. Carpenter's blocks to do a lot more sort of fancy things, with as well as chisel to do these sort of fancy windows. Not much. I haven't done much Thorncraft at this stage, but this is where it's going to live in here. All our Thorncraft stuff. Simon has though, the other guy on the server. So I guess a nice big infusion altar right in the middle of here would look pretty cool. We do need to do the lighting though. Lots of torches everywhere. So I won't go through all the mods yet. I'll try and include a list with the video with links to all the mods that we are using in this. What we're going to do right now, we're going to go for a bit of an explore and summon a meteor. There's a particular kind, we have falling meteors on here, the falling meteors mod, and there's a particular meteor I want to summon because as yet we haven't been to the Nether and we're planning on very soon to do that. However, the Nether is a much more dangerous place than normal. We have a mod called Lycanites mods on here, and you can see one of them over there. Yeah, it's a whole lot of mobs which are, some are just scary as anything, particularly when you haven't got much armor and not very good weapons. So we need some fire protection when we go to the Nether. And with the falling meteors mod, we can get Crick. Here we are. Cricknerite. Oh, there you go. Armor, and we can make these fire protection armor. We don't have enough XP to actually get good enchantments yet, so that's our plan. We'll get those prepared. So we've got enough for 2 of us. I have got a bit here already, but that's only going to be enough for 1 set, and we need some of it to summon a meteor. What we're going to do, if we have a look at the map here, we've got Journey Map on here, which is a pretty cool map, and I believe there's a new version coming soon too. To the north of us up here, this is where we're going to go to summon a meteor, up here somewhere I think, and have maybe a bit of an explore around here. That meteor there is actually a applied energistics 2 meteor, which generates with the world gen, not actually falls or anything. So let's get some stuff prepared and we'll head on up there. Oh, by the way, we have the Hunger Overhaul and Pam's Harvest Craft in here. Harvest Craft gives us a whole lot of different foods and crops and things. The Hunger Overhaul mod changes the hunger system in Minecraft, so we also added another mod called the Spice of Life. So basically, if you eat something, then the next time you eat it, you don't get as much health out of it. So if you can have a look here, you see here nutritional value. Because I've eaten a Supreme Pizza recently, then I don't get as much out of eating it again until I've had 12 other foods at least. We have an auto system here to craft all the foods for us. Well, Simon set that up with Steve's factory manager. We used to have to manually sort of craft all these different foods to keep us healthy, and I have to say I have died a few times of starvation. So one thing we do want to take with us when we head up north is a whole lot of food. So I've got a backpack here with some supplies for us. So hopefully I won't die of starvation up there. I'll probably die of something else, given I've died a lot in this game so far. Um, but hopefully at least we won't die of starvation. I think my voice is cracking. Now, how are we going to get there? Well, oh, by the way, this is our sort of main living quarters at the moment. We've got lots of storage and things happening here. But we'll get more into that next time, I think. So what we're going to do is head on north. We do have Archimedes ships on here, which you can build airships and ships, water sort of normal sailing ships. That up there is actually an airship, even though it's a spaceship. um, so that's just made with Archimedes ships, and I think we'll take the spaceship because now that we've got a spaceship, why would we ever take a normal ship? Which is just over there. Oh, something's not rendering over there. So let's see if we've got food. We've got some supplies to make a meteor summoner. I think we're good to go. Let's head on up. I'll get the ship prepared, and we'll get moving. Ah. Oh, you no wait. Where is he? Where is he? Whew. Yeah, okay, these are some of the things we have to contend with. Oh, I washed away the track. That was one of the mobs added by Lycanites mobs. Yeah, they're very different, as you can see. Very cool, actually. Quite detailed, and their behaviour is quite different to any other sort of mobs, like vanilla or even any sort of like mo creatures or anything. Um, so they're the kind of things we've had to contend with while we've been sort of settling into this new world. Um, yeah, and that one's not too bad. He only took a couple of shots to kill with the bow, but as you can see, spewing water everywhere makes it quite, well, annoying and a bit more difficult to actually deal with him. So that's just some of the things you'll probably see around the place as we go along. Oh, by the way, these guys are from the Farlanders mod, which adds a whole lot of different Endermen, some passive, some you can tame, and things like that. Yeah, so I think this Enderminion is one you can actually tame, and he'll come along and basically like a pet wolf or cat, help protect you from things. But for now, we'll just leave him. Right, so I think we've got enough bits and pieces to help us survive when we're over there, hopefully. Um, yeah, so it's the ship. How these work is you need to craft air balloons from Archimedes ships, which are these things here. And for an airship to be made, you need 40% of your structure needs to be these air balloons. They can be coloured, like these ones are black, and behind the ladder there's some white ones. And then with the helm here, you just right click, assemble ship, and see then the type is airship. It's all okay. We've got nearly 1100 blocks, and 443 of those are air balloons. And so then we can mount the ship and the whole structure. Ooh. And there's a Lacidon, they spawn in water. Then the whole structure becomes one giant airship, which is very cool. Made the front of it glass here so that as you're flying along and exploring, you can look around and see the world around you. One of the issues we do have is that we have a lot of world generation mods included in this, which like Formivores mods, which do the underground cities and great walls and things. which has been resurrected by a mod author called GoToLink. We have roguelike dungeons and gravestone mod, which also does some world generation. Plus, we do have custom ore generation mod. So there's a lot of stuff that does world gen, which means that when you're generating new chunks for the first time, which is always slow in even vanilla Minecraft, it's exceptionally slow when you're doing it with all these mods. So world exploration is a little bit slow, but yeah, fun. All these different things you can find in the world. It's very cool. So I'll get us up to the north up here. We're heading up there, and once we're there, we'll come back and get ready to summon a meteor. All right, I think we're in a good spot here to park at least. We've got some yetis down there, and some tainted land over there, which we want to stay away from. We've turned off the spreading of the taint, so it doesn't overtake things. But yeah, so we can come in here. I want to sleep here before we summon a meteor, and I'm hoping that I do it right and it doesn't like blow up the ship or anything, which would be a bit of a disaster. Yeah, so we've got an open blocks rope ladder on the ship there, and it's managed to be dragged along with us. So we'll just click on this, and I can't remember how to dismount. Okay, basically to dismount you can just do your normal shift key like you do with a minecart, but then you fall out the bottom of the ship with a parachute, and it's really hard to get back in. Otherwise you can sort of unassemble the ship, which is what I just did then. Cool. Alright, we'll set up and I'll get ready. Now we need to make a meteor summoner, so we make one of these guys here with some gems and some meteorite ingots, and then get some of the Kreknorite ingots, and so we get a Kreknorite meteor summoner. And these ones are pretty dangerous because they spawn when the meteor falls. We get lots of fire and things around us, which means some of Lycanite's mobs will probably also spawn, hence I want as much fire protection as possible before we do spawn it. Nice. Get rid of all that, put that on. Stash that away here. Alright. Now where will we spawn it? Somewhere away from this. Over here. Lots of Botania flowers. We sort of scaled back the generation of those, but they're still everywhere, which is good for when we do Botania, which we've started doing as well. Oh, and now, as you can see, there's some new chunks generating, and so it gets really slow very briefly. So, never done this before. We'll hopefully... Alright, we've got weapons, sort of. An obsidian sword. Let's see. Now, do we just go like right click or something? Oh, yep, incoming meteor. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Must be a small meteor. Oh. Don't lock up on me now. Cool, we want some of these. Nice. Looks like this must have been a small one because the large meteor impacts spawn a nether portal as well. So we have to get these while they're hot before they turn into obsidian like that one there. So, and then I want to get enough of this so we can make a second set of this armour for Simon when we go to the Nether in the next couple of days, which will be interesting. We'll probably just spawn in there and run away. Looks like there's a lot of scary nether mobs have been added with Lycanites mobs. Getting many? Oh, we are good. Cool. Alright, I'll mine as much of this as we can and see how we finish up. That was a pretty good haul. We got 63 chips, which are smelted into the ingots. So that's enough for at least 2 sets and no damage. You can still hear fire burning. There's something under the ground somewhere. I'm a little bit surprised there was some of the Lycanite's mobs spawned from things like fire, and the one we saw before was spawned from water. So these things can just appear and start piffing chunks of fire and things at you. But yeah, none spawned here, which was good. Still some sizzling around somewhere. No. I think we got a good stack of it anyway. Beauty. Helps in our preparations. We've got baubles in here, which is the little thing here that Azanor from Thorncraft added, so we can add these little extra things. I've got this one from Britannia, which is like a magnetism ring, so you can, if you throw things down, they get drawn into your inventory, which is very handy. And there's an Enderman. Cool. Alright. Let's see. Is there anything else interesting we can have a look at around here? There's a bit of a great wall up there being generated. There's probably an entrance to a roguelike dungeon over there. We don't... Well, actually... Is there anyone closer to home? There's one there. Maybe we'll head down to this one. Roguelike dungeons have 7 levels down underneath, and they get harder and harder. And there's things like mob spawners and things inside them. I do want to get a mob spawner, but I didn't bring the thing that I wanted to get it. We can leave that for next time then. Beauty. Alright, let's head back. Okay, detour first. Over here we have an entrance to an underground city. So let's just have a quick look. We won't go in too far in case there's things that are alive and will kill us. But let's have a quick squeeze underneath and just have a look at what this one looks like. There's a lot of obsidian. Oh well, yeah. There's some nasties. Alright, let's go. So much for looking at the underground city. We'll run away and hide instead. I wonder if it's made out of all obsidian or something else down there. And a bird's eye view of the base as we head back. Yeah, quite happy with how that Thorncraft building has turned out. Needs a little bit more finishing touches. If I can drive the ship, okay. And our main building there needs a bit of a roof on it. I'm going to use the carpenter's slopes for that, but they're a bit of a pain to put together. So, but it's coming along. Lots of food, lots of crops there. I think we've nearly got every bit of food. There's a lot you can get. So, but I think we've nearly got everything, which is good. And there's our one pet Yeti. We had 2. Not sure what happened to the other guy. Alright. Let's see if I can land this thing. I'm not sure what the size of the hitbox is, but I think having that big ladder dangling out the bottom makes it a bit trickier. Back and fill a spaceship. Alright. Maybe A little bit further forward. Here we go. Oop. Down. So there's some little buildings over there. They were there. They were generated as part of the world gen when we first started. Spawn's probably about only 50 or 100 blocks away. So for the first night we ran and hid in those. We've dug up a couple already, but yeah, they were sort of our saviour for the first night we were here after we started the world. One of the buildings we've got actually has a villager spawner in it, which is very handy. Oops. So although they get turned into zombies a lot, which is even better actually for XP generation, which is good. Little pet penguin over there, and another one down there. I can't move. Don't die. Don't die. Whew. Where'd he come from? Did he drop anything interesting? String. And some snow, maybe? Ah! Oh, bloody hell. What is that? Oh. Uh-oh. We are... Oh. He must have come through the portal. Already up. Yes, and when you see we've got half a heart, then you get all these effects on you. So yeah, I hope nothing else comes after us because we'll die. Get to the base. Get to the base. And if you can see on the top left of the screen, dying. Yes, we're dying, but we're slowly regenerating. Yeah, it's dangerous, and I guess don't walk past a nether portal. Maybe we should close that off. Dear. Yeah, hence we're being scared to go to the nether because things like that flying around. Didn't take too much to get rid of him, but still, probably helped I had this on actually. Don't know if I would have caught fire if I didn't have that on me. We've had a lot of fires around the place because some of those mobs throw fire and things. May have noticed a lot of burnt trees and things around the place. Yeah, it's and we have actually got it on hard as well, the server, so we don't want to make things too easy, do we? We turned on a death counter scoreboard only a couple of days ago. When you press tab, that 22 there is the number of times I've died in 2 days since we turned it on. I've been a little bit dangerous. No, what the hell was that? Something else came through the nether portal. I think we're going to have to turn that off because that's just getting silly. Now, if anyone's ever played Doom, you may recognise these things. I think these nether mobs are a bit of a homage to Doom. I don't know how much is this. Keiko demon. Did you just despawn too? I hope so. There we go. We did die once, and I'm back at spawn. So if we just check the map there, spawn's about here, and our base is just up there. We do have gravestone mod on here, so my stuff goes into a grave at my death point there, so it won't, no chance of losing it or despawning. It's a dangerous world, and I'm going to break that portal because it's just too risky. Yay. Alright, and there's the spare armour for fire. fire protection for the trip. Cool. There we go. Alright, I think that'll do us for today. We've died once, summoned a meteor, so quite a bit of an adventure. Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave any comments, likes, etc. below, and we will see you in the next episode.